Being Bermudian.
Oh, we needed that break. Well, I needed that
Good.
break.
Can I just say something before you go on?
Sure.
Both of those two artists, both of those songs just now were Bermudian.
Yes.
The first one was Again by Sakela Justice, or SK. And this last one was Live Wires and Reggae Highway. But yes, Willie, go along, brethren.
You know I spent time in the street.
We're going to come up with a better... Yes, you spent time in the street.
No, but
No, I guess you, yes.
What
With
that,
the people.
What that says is that I am grassroots.
Yes.
Unapologetically.
Absolutely.
You know, I know the people who cared for me when I was coming up. I know who my mother left me with to take care of me. And they love me to death. And I will never leave them. So if being the chair of MOVE,
Yes.
right? Let's mobilize, organize, visualize, and execute, right? It is my responsibility to be a voice for the voiceless. When I say voiceless, people who, through their financial status, maybe for whatever reason they have, right? Where they don't feel equipped enough to say what's on their mind and what bothers them. I don't mind being the voice for them. So it would be irresponsible of me not to say what their plight is. And I'm telling you what I'm seeing. And you know something? I challenge our leaders to go to some of these places where those less fortunate congregate to eat together and sit down and hear some of the stories that I've heard. And I'm telling you, the population for that service is growing. It's not going to get better because we keep doing the same things and expect a different result. I don't want to hear no promise about, oh, we got this package now. If you purchase this way and that way, the prices have come down. I don't want to hear that.
That's not going to do it.
I can't afford that in the first place.
How am I getting to the shop?
Exactly.
You know, I like the bus.
Right.
I take the bus.
Okay.
You know, often. And I would say that the bus is a melting pot.
Yes.
Right? You see everybody on that bus. And I have some conversations with people on the bus. I have some, you know, and the part that angers me is what the vulnerable people think Bermuda is. And I have no answer.
Right.
So if you hear those stories, and you've heard them too, I've sat with them and heard them, and how do you deny that Bermudans don't care or the leadership don't care? How do we disprove their experience?
Right, it's true.
Right? I have family members who are telling me about guys who there's a area, we'll say, near Government Gate.
Yes.
And the amount of young men that come out of their mornings, some of them going to work. The working poor is real.
Yes.
Okay? There was something I saw a few years ago. I had to go to dockyard early mornings. And unbeknownst to me, and I live 7 minutes away.
Yes.
Early mornings, guys, and they may still, but you know what they call it now, the Warren Simmons Field, or Naval Field?
Yeah.
Across the street from there. Guys are there early mornings.
Right.
And truckers come along, they need day labor or a guy to work that day.
Yes.
That's where they are.
Okay.
They jump in the truck and bring them back 3-4 o'clock and they made some change for that day.
Good.
When I was talking about 2034,
Yes.
the difference between the way you and I are thinking and the way a government thinks is if you were to ask a government, what is the minimum wage likely to be in 2034?
Right.
Well, they would say, well, it's currently $16.70, and they may do some math, right? If it's the finance minister, they may do it, but other people might not have a clue. But if you are in it, you might say, we intend to raise it by cost of living every other year.
Yes.
And so you can come up with a number, right? Put 15% on what we have or 30% on what we have and do that. Ask me the question.
Right.
I don't want a minimum wage.
Right.
I want us to, in 2034, to everybody have a decent salary.
Yes.
Or that employer isn't in business.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's where I'm at. I would like a moratorium on restaurants. Because we have a glut of restaurants for lunch.
Yes.
And how many are open for dinner?
It's true.
How many chefs, waiters, busboys are Bermudian?
Right.
I spoke to, speaking of being in the street, I was talking to a guy who is just recently come off of being homeless.
Okay.
He had fallen hard times.
Okay.
And this is somebody known, trust me, if he's known. Okay, and I don't know how many people I didn't know that he had gone through what he had gone through. And he told me that he had been working as a pot washer for, I think it was $175 a week. Or, you know what? Let's call it $225 a week. It wasn't more than that.
Okay.
And I'm looking at this man who's got to be 62, 63, and he was working like this maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
And you know what got to me? This man, who I know to be, if nothing else, okay, educated and articulate.
Right.
Okay, I'm not even going to, just that.
Yes.
Imagine going to work and other nationalities are the waiters, chefs, busboy, the cleaner-upper, and the pot washer.
It's Bermudian.
And that, he wasn't the only one. And so when we were talking some months ago, and I said, this is how bad the country is. I know how bad it is for Bermudians because we still see the job that you think foreigners are brought in for.
Right.
In other words, you don't see the pot washer.
Right.
That's how I know that person's Bermudian.
Okay.
And in a restaurant, you set up enough. You worked it enough.
Yes.
What's the rank? If you start at maitre d', who's at the bottom? Will be lower prices for consumers. They exactly said the exact opposite. Yeah. We didn't look at duty because we didn't think companies will pass that on to the consumer.
It's true.
What are they saying? They're greedy.
Yeah.
They're exploiting.
Yes.
And we have no choice as consumers.
No.
You like root beer?
Yeah, I love root beer.
You know what I think just happened?
What happened?
You know, sometimes people say, you never know what's coming out of you two's mouth. Just then, do you like root beer? Was probably one of them.
I was hoping you say, you want some root beer?
I wish I could. The actual extract.
Right.
I've been looking for 4 years.
Okay.
In Bermuda, we just stopped.
Yes.
So you were going to say?
Well, one thing I want to say, I love your 8-year plan. Okay? I love that.
We're going to work on it then. Let's work it out.
Let's work that out. But I love that because can you imagine if that goes nationwide? The other thing is, I was brought up to go Sunday school, to go to church. That's been my life. That was my foundation.
You're trying to make me feel guilty?
And no.
Okay. Just make sure.
Do you feel guilty?
I didn't until
No, but sorry. I was brought up to have empathy, to have compassion.
Absolutely.
To love thy neighbor as thyself. And through my church, I'm a part of a feeding program. And every time I go out, right, let me tell you, I feel weak because that day I go out, it's not enough. That's one day out of a month or 2 weeks. These people, they need to eat every day, just like they need to bathe every day. They need to sleep every day. And if we cannot assure that they get the daily necessities that is essential for living, we are failing. Okay? Each and every one of we Bermudans should be demanding the least they can get is a place to sleep, a clean bed, and a roof over their head.
I'll tell you, in the old parish vestry system, and just prior, each parish council and parish vestry had a fund, a service to take care of the sick or infirmed or impoverished of their parish. It was there. My guess, I don't know how it melted away, but my guess, it's probably led by my parish, who was just back then, they were reprobates. Really bad. Such that there was a lawsuit between Warwick Parish Council and Southampton Parish Council.
Right.
We're going back in the 40s.
Right.
To determine who was responsible for this particular woman's upkeep.
Yes.
And care. She was found in Southampton, but they said that she was from Warwick. And so it was on Warwick. Warwick said, what you mean? She's been in Southampton. It's on you. And they literally, rather than just take care of the woman, okay, they sued. But I don't want to speak out of turn here, and I know what Southampton is doing.
Right.
And so I don't want to call out any other council, but it could very well be that councils, if equipped, funded, and with a headquarters, could do what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't like the fact that people need crutches at all.
Got you.
Remember the equity thing that we do here is, equality is everybody gets the same thing. Even if you don't need it, you get one.
Yes.
And if I need two, I'm going to get one.
Yes.
Equity is I need two, I get two. You don't need any, you don't get any. Somebody needs one, they get one. So everybody gets what they need. That's equity.
Yes.
Not equality.
Yes. You know something? When we look at our system, especially when it relates to black people, I'm going to bring up one of your favorite subjects now, right? When, I would say back in the day, what took care of us, even to our professional growth, was the friendly societies.
Oh, yes.
What I'm looking at is somehow that being reactivated or let it grow, because we need an entity that's going to look out for us, seriously. And whatever can be organized to them, we know that what they've done in the past has worked.
Oh, yes.
And it needs to be instigated or reinstated again so that we could go ahead and grow our people. Okay?
All right, so you're making me go there.
Yes.
I wasn't not on friendly societies.
Right.
Because they are untouchable. But I'm going to say something that I was trying to avoid. Deep down. Oh, look, we have a call.
Okay.
Isn't that helpful?
Oh, you're ducking. Go ahead. Oh, don't worry. I remember.
Actually, I'm not sure I do.
Right.
What was I going to say?
You're saying about the call.
Hello, caller. You on the air?
I hear you really talking. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, girls, I hear.
Yes.
What do you have to say about what we need to put in place now?
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm talking about starting now. That's why I would say not even the platform for 5 years. So now, as an example, let's say that we want the birth rate, or we want to open a paper in 8 years and realize there are more Bermudians, or we attracted Bermudians back home. Okay? We know what that was needed for that. The current government and opposition aren't prioritizing that. I have some ways I think we might be able to get their attention in order to prioritize that.
Right. But what I'm talking about is the people that are out on the streets today that need a roof over their head tonight.
Yep.
What do we do about that now?
I'm not sure I'm the one to say. I can tell you what some of the thoughts I'm having, but I think that from the reading I've done, from talking to the people at the charity home, who is really on the front line of this, they have a program there. And so if you would ask me, that I would tell people, call home. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are people who are homeless because of finances, because of drug addiction, because of being kicked out of the house, because of all sorts of reasons. And depending on the rationale and how you got here, home has an avenue to deal with that. One of the things that I do like as an example is, let's say, home runs, or they were about to, a building where it was for mothers. But in order for the mothers to take advantage of that program, they have to instill a relationship with the child and their father, because home found that a lot of the relationships between children and fathers lead to fathers being homeless because of the stresses and pressures and anxieties of not being with their child. So it's more data than just somebody's on the street tonight. What can they do tonight?
And you know, this is not just something that's just recently occurred to me. This has been an ongoing thing.
No, I know. You're talking to a data person.
We should have been prepared for this.
Yeah.
But but mate, there was an election less than a year ago. I don't want to stress it too much, right? But exactly. So, and in the census of 2016, of 2010, of 2000, they count the unsheltered population. Yes. So it's very known, right? I can tell you. But if you put any time in what's it now called, the Queen Elizabeth Park,
yes,
you wouldn't believe what the corporation did to those guys there.
I know.
Right? It was. I've seen some, and the police, and it's been nasty.
Yeah.
Man.
No, so I get it. It's us.
It seems like, say it to say it, but this government, Bermudas are not for Bermudas. These people are not for Bermudas.
I wish I could disagree with you.
They're not coming there. They're still coming on work permit.
Yep.
They're not homeless.
Oh no,
they have a place to stay.
But this was the part. So a lot of times, if you talk about, say, I'm not trying to defend CARICOM, but right now, those same folks who want a work permit can leave that job and go to another job without having to leave the country. What about that employer?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going out of the way, found this person, brought him in, and then one night, thought with Willie said, oh, wow, I could. And then Willie poaches them from me. And because they're on a work permit, they don't have to leave, reapply. They're just like, and so it's, the government has made it very, very convenient for, I would say, business who does not wish to hire Bermudians, and very difficult for Bermudians. The data just shows that. That's not even, they can't even answer that. That's just a fact.
Right.
But that's why I like using government reports when I say stuff, because it's published.
All I can say is Bermuda, the election is coming up.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Take care.
So really, yeah, no, it's real, right? And I think that when the system, right? So the media, the government, the Chamber of Commerce, the Immigration Board, right?
Yes.
The elites, when they okay, watch this.
Yes.
There is apparently a lot of talk around creating an education authority. Okay? Now, the way Bermuda has run before, and this is what I'm saying, ringing out the chamois, the way it's run before, you wouldn't know this, we wouldn't know this, but negative stories would come out. That would undermine confidence in the current administration of education. When the new idea comes, you're like, yes, thank goodness. Yes, let's go to the authority. Now, when somebody like me comes along and says, hey, really, why do you support authority? You don't have an answer.
Right.
And then you realize you're all for this and you have not one idea why you're for it. That's the power of the media manipulation. That's the power. And so watch this. Ready for this one?
Right.
How do you know the tourism authority is best for Bermuda? How do you know we shouldn't have kept it as a ministry?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly. But it's my point, right?
Yes.
And so either the assumption is that we were right to go for an authority.
Right.
So then what would we use to determine that? The number of visitors? So let's look at that. We haven't even called back up to 2019 yet.
That's true.
But if I then said, where's been the analysis? Because we've never done this before. So did somebody do a strategic analysis 5 years in, 3 years in, 10 years in to say, hey, we thought it would go this way, but we need to make this tweak. We need to do this over here.
Yes.
So the reason we don't is there's no national interest. How that plays out is like this. The developments in the country now are all external.
Yes.
They're external because successive governments, so this is even about PLP. I can take this back to, I would say about 2002. Okay, because if you take out the New Berkeley and the hospital, what I'm about to say, you know what, let's just, well, it all depends on, you know what, let's just do this. All right, caller, you're on the air. Hello?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Corey, and good afternoon, Willie.
Yes,
hello.
Good afternoon.
How you guys doing?
All is well.
Good. Very, very interesting topic that y'all are having in regards to Bermudians have left, leaving. I'm one of them that left there 30 years ago.
Okay.
And in that 30 years, coming back and forth to the island when I would come back to visit, I seen all these changes, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
And I remember one time in particular, I walked in a restaurant, I'm not going to say the name, and I looked around, and the only person that I can see personally that was a Bermudian was working the register, and I was sickened to my stomach.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, something's wrong with this picture. And I've seen, like I said, going back, 70s, 80s, as hotels were closing, there was nothing else taking their place.
Yeah.
You know, we got a saying out here where I live: hogs get fed, pigs get slaughtered. And greed has taken over, and it's unfortunate that greed took over.
It definitely did.
And, you know, I would love to say, yeah, I can move back home. But I know that the life that I have created for myself, where I live now, I couldn't have back home.
Okay.
Because, A, it is too expensive there. And it's unfortunate that you have the haves and you have the have-nots. There's really not a middle class in Bermuda.
No, exactly. And that's the government policy for that. A lot of people didn't see that. But when the payroll tax exemptions come and they exempt below this and above this, they don't pay it anyway because it's bundled in their salary. Who do you think's paying the tax? You know what I mean? And so that's exactly how, and you can see it play out. You're not necessarily on island. See, I don't know if you see it on social media if you're on some of those channels, but the private schools now, their ads have only black and mixed Bermudians in it. And they are advertising, right? Educating Bermuda because the private schools are losing to overseas schools, right? So you can tell the pain.
Yeah, because here's the thing. When I was saying about the hotels, growing up, you, Willie, and myself, we're all around the same age here.
No disrespect, but Willie's got 10 years on me.
I know Willie, but, he's just a little old. Yeah,
I know. I had to get one. I've been so nice to him today. I had to get one in.
What kind of conversation are we having? Anyway, go ahead.
Well, growing up, and like I said, back in the day, hotel and tourism was our industry.
Yes.
And as that started to diminish, more and more people started to say, well, we're going to go international business. And then people was like, okay, well, I'm going to go overseas and I'm going to educate myself and I'm going to come back. Well, guess what? Bermudians weren't getting those jobs.
Exactly.
And they were left out in the cold. And when I hear your numbers about the amount of people that are non-Bermudians that have gotten jobs and Bermudians that have gotten jobs, people should be sickened by that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bermudians, because I don't even live there, but it sickens and saddens me to know that I still got family that lives there.
Yes.
To know, what opportunity do y'all have? And I remember a conversation with my grandmother. She since passed. She said to me, Bermudians are selling their birthright.
Yes. I'll tell you how correct she was. You don't even hear the phrase birthright anymore. That should tell you. Or Bermudianization, or get a piece of the rock. Those are phrases that you would have grown up with that you don't hear anymore.
Yeah, I mean, because, we did, and some of us still do. There was a sense of pride. Like I said, we didn't say back in the day, oh, I'm a black Bermudian. We classified ourselves as a Bermudian.
Yes. That was the thing.
Whether you were black, white, pink, purple, or blue.
Yes.
We were all Bermudians.
And you know who does that now? Jamaicans. Jamaican, Chinese, Jamaican mixed, Jamaican white, Jamaican black. Jamaica is the thing that matters to them. Notwithstanding reggae, you think is the song of the oppressed, and Jamaica. You go for a Jamaican, you got Jamaican problems. you got black people problems. You got Jamaican problems.
No, because it's a sense of pride.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
Little but they tolerate.
They are.
Yep.
You know, I'll get off of it, and this is kind of a funny situation.
Yes.
I'm gonna date myself here. I was up in a bar one time back in the day. It was Rum Runners.
Okay.
And there was a group of guys, non-Bermudian, picking on, and I'll say it, he was a white Bermudian. Well, the next thing you know, a fight broke out.
Yep.
And every Bermudian that was in that facility
took
care of business.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
It didn't matter what color they were.
Yes.
Because we knew he was a Bermudian.
Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
Absolutely right.
And that's what we stood up for back in the day.
Yep.
There you go.
Absolutely right.
And I would love to see us get back to it. It's going to take some time, man. It's going to take some time.
Well, I'm going to start the clock on 8 years. Starting Monday. Let's see what we can do.
I know that I heard what you said.
But, oh no, he said but, Willie.
Okay.
Say and. You mean and.
Yes. And you know, I look at my family in particular.
Right.
I have 3 daughters, 2 son-in-laws, and 6 grandkids.
Okay.
And 2 of my daughters, before the age of 30, own their own homes. You think they could do that back there?
No. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they stay at home with their kids. They're stay-at-home moms.
Oh, wow.
Do you think they could do that back there?
No.
No. You didn't have to add that part, but adding that part.
No.
Yeah. No.
And that is vitally important. My wife stayed at home with my daughters.
Yep.
That is vitally important. But my kids, yes, they do sacrifice.
Yes.
But 2 of them stay at home with their children.
There you go.
Oh, this has been a great awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
So that's where we need to go back to. That's what we need to do. And when you talk about affordability, when I heard about that whole deal, and they would say, well, you know, it's $16 an hour. Man, you got kids out here in the U.S. making more than that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And stay at home.
Well, it's
going to pay someone $16 an hour in an island that's known as the most expensive place in the world to live.
Absolutely right.
And go to bed at night and smile about it and lay your head on, well, I gave them something. Man, that's
I know what you want to say. I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, man, you keep exposing, man, and keep up the good work.
Well, thank you so much. We're gonna try our best.
I look forward to listening to you guys.
Yes, sir.
3 times a week. I wish that you were on 5 times a week, but you know, I understand.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the understanding. I want to thank you for your call.
Yes, sir.
And on top of that, Corey, I'm gonna go say this here. Go Somerset.
Yes, now we're talking. I appreciate that.
Yeah, right.
You hear that, Willie?
Yeah, right.
Thanks a lot.
Right.
All right. Take care. You have a great weekend.
We're cut from the same cloth.
All right.
We're cut from the same cloth.
That's the successful cloth, Billy. That's the victory contain.
What are you talking about?
All right. You take care. Thanks a lot.
All right,
yes,
okay.
All right, now.
You take care.
All right,
Yeah.
bye.
So really, one of the things. I wanted to. Yeah.
No, it was interesting.
No, that was a brilliant call. Yeah.
You know what I appreciate from people who are living abroad and they come back home? They're bringing that knowledge of how their country works, what they're exposed to, and what they see here. Many of them come back and say they haven't seen any progress. Yeah, a few of us have gotten houses and whatever, but other than that, the liberty.
Well, that's the point, right? So the quality of life
Right.
what that caller, that gentleman just showed,
Yes.
right, was, all right, this is the quality of life versus the economy.
Yes.
Okay? If you were a man who wants from young,
Yeah.
okay, either you saw it, you were raised by it, or it's just what you want from your spouse and family.
Yes.
So you're 17, you're 19, and you decide that you want your children to be raised by their mother.
Yes.
Whenever you have children or wife or whatever, whenever, just that's one of those principles that you have. If you were telling your parents and your uncles and your godparents and your friends that that's what you want, the first thing is, then you better get a job that right?
Yes.
So, and I'm not saying that's wrong or right, but the fact is whether you can afford to have a wife who's staying home raising your children.
Exactly.
At that point, and remember you're 17, right? So you're thinking, I kind of like school, or I was good at this, or I like this, but you're now plotting a path for a certain salary.
Yes.
You know how much of a drone and slave that person's going to be to that salary in order to have the lifestyle that versus what we just heard.
Yes.
In America, if you want to decide to do that, there's a better chance, I would say, of doing that there. And so what is the quality of life? Do you leave to have your children raised by their mother, albeit in a different country, or do you stay in a country and their mother has to work and so the child's in daycare?
Yes.
That's the quality of life versus the cost of living issues that Bermudans are making as they're emigrating. The other thing I started to say before we took the call, that part of the challenge here is, and I'm going to be general and then I'm going to be very specific, and this specific thing may cost me something, but I'll deal with it when it comes, if it comes. Generally speaking, you very rarely hear anymore a government putting out an RFP. Now, an RFP is when the government puts out a request for proposals. So the government wants to do something, they want to see who can do it and what the prices are, you can bid on it, and they put out an RFP. Okay? And that's your request for proposals. Now, in Singapore, when they were going to casino gambling, all the country knew was that they were going into casino gambling.
Yes.
They had no more idea than gambling, and there's some land, some acreage that we think works and would work for gambling.
Yeah.
They then put out what's called an RFC, and that was a request for concepts.
Okay.
And so, say take our, how people occasionally talk about Hamilton's front, the harbor thing, what's that, you know what I'm trying to say? The people have ideas to develop the harbor on Front Street.
Yes.
There's a name for that. Anyway, so what a government might do is put out an RFC.
Okay.
And so some major architectural firms who do big work like that, or who've done the waterfront somewhere else or the waterfront somewhere else, will say, this is what we did. We've looked at your demographics, we looked at your economy, we looked at your people, we looked at the flights and the hotels. This is what we think should go from the long tail down to Old Boys Point. Gotcha. And then an RFC. Well, here, if let's say, that's one of the things you could put out if you wanted to diversify the economy.
Yes.
You could say, hey, here's how much land we have left, here's what we have, what can we do to diversify our economy, and then get those answers in. Well, in tourism, this is part of the challenge. Hotels, the lack of vision at our political leadership level means they only respond to and react to offers or things that come in. They don't say, hey, everybody, we need one of these.
Yes.
How much would it cost to do it? Who of you is interested in doing it? That just doesn't happen. The challenge is that we aren't leading diversifying the economy.
Yes.
So under the PLP in 2012, and this is, I'm coming to a point, believe it or not. When the Tourism Authority was launched by the OBA in officially 2015, but it was in their platform and this is what they were going to do.
Yes.
They said it was because tourism is too important to be left to politics. Right? That I'll even dress up what they said because it wasn't this eloquent, but it was even if a minister changes within a government, they may have different priorities. And tourism is too important to be subjected to the political whims of either a party or a minister.
Okay.
Well, quite frankly, who's that irresponsible? And if we do have arrogant ministers who change national policy in something like tourism, when they are, anyway.
Yeah.
So one of the things that concern me, I think I can admit this part without breaching any of my NDAs in the past, but I had been retained to design a tourism authority, which I did. Okay? And my authority isn't the one that we have now. Let me be crystal clear of this. This was the geniuses in New York, Ernst & Young, who were actually quite dumb. But I met them. I had to talk to them, and they wanted to know why they were hired if the government had me. And I'm telling you, quotes. So the problem, again, just much like this show, I didn't think I know how a tourism authority works, but you know who did?
Who?
The consultants who the PLP government had hired and who had done a report that was published in October 2012.
Okay.
Now imagine claiming, and this is what I mean about spin and politics and media and journalism. Imagine you're the OBA and you say tourism is too important to be subjected to political whims.
Right.
And so a report, and let me tell you, the 2012 report, I still read.
Right.
Okay? They did a diagnostic report, which is, here's the state of you, and then an action plan.
Yes.
Here's what you should do.
Yes.
I watched when it was publicized in Barclays Auditorium in fall of 2012.
Yes.
We had an election of December 2012. And what does the OBA do? Ditch the very report that would help our country because there was different politics. And that report designed the authority. So when I say I wrote the report, I read their report and designed what they said we needed.
Yes.
So it wasn't even, I'm not that bright. And it was not used. This is the interesting part. One of the major issues that the consultants of 2012 said Bermuda needed was something called a Product Development Bureau. And this Product Development Bureau was where the government would say, hey, we're looking to put a water park on Darrell's Island.
Right.
Any RFP, any bids? Hey, we need a convention center to get into, we're not getting into the meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibition businesses because Southampton Princess closed, and that was the only property in the country where large groups could come and stay and also have room enough for the presentations and the meetings and all the other things. So we need to get into it. Hey, who's going to convert the old airport for us into a convention center because it's in the east, and that way we have the residential, recreational tourists in the west and the kind of those other tourists that come for these events and down the east. And so currently, because there's a lack of vision in our cabinet and our opposition, there is no push for what we want, and therefore who can build it for us.
Yeah.
You will remember in 2017, there was something called PPP, public-private partnerships. I thought that was going to be the way to go. I haven't even heard that since 2018, let alone now. But what you would do is either do that or take the fishing cooperative, the BTFC, the building, the shoreside facility. Right? You go out and you either build, own, operate. Okay? Or the other side builds, own, transfers ownership. Or right, there are all kinds of ways under the PPP umbrella that a country that might not have all of the finances it needs to do what it needs gets them done. But if you don't have the vision in the first place, then you're saying, hey, you want to go up to Southampton and build a ton of houses on top of a closed hotel? By all means, go ahead. Hey, you want to put a hotel right where we started, Bermuda, on Gates Bay Beach? Go right ahead. Hey, Google, you want to go down there? Yeah, go ahead. But what do we need as a people? Every report says that seniors need a lot more facility and a lot better policy. What's this government done? You got to work longer and you're still paying tax. I'm talking about a lack of vision, the care. I just wish they had the vision to know that they didn't care. We're getting out of here. What do you think?
Yeah, we need to get out of here. I need a shot of coconut water.
Mate, you said shot. I was about to say, really, ain't
I don't drink.
I know, that's why, mate, you had me all shook. Maybe the fact that I thought it was that probably says more about me than you. really. And the last thing I did write down while that gentleman was calling, because I want people to consider this, our listeners in particular, to consider this. So the gentleman said that he saw that Bermudians weren't getting these jobs, if you remember?
Yes.
And he was right. I spoke to someone who has a lot, and when I'm telling you, a lot of insight. They spoke to David Gibbons at the time. Okay. So on the closure of tech, the Gibbons told this person who he had a lot of respect for, was a lot younger than him, but he wanted to give him some true guidance about the truth about how this country works.
Yes.
Gibbons told him, I won't put that part in because he did tell me that part, but told him that your parents assumed we were going to hire you. They were wrong.
Okay.
What that means is much like we're doing now in a lot of things in Bermuda. Close tech, open the college, our sons will now be wearing ties and getting professional designations.
Right.
They didn't hire them. That was the missing piece. So just building it wasn't it. We'll take our last caller. Really? We got our last call. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
I feel privileged, Reverend Butterfield.
Oh, no.
Reverend.
No, I'm not going to, cuz no. I definitely wouldn't do that to you. I'm afraid of your mama. You, I might be able to handle. Your mama, no chance. And if she calls your sister, either one of them is definitely over.
You're in trouble.
Oh, you know that. So,
listen, I just want to tell you guys, I haven't been listening to talk shows for quite some time, but I really appreciate what you guys bring forward. That gentleman that just was on,
yes,
he highlighted some serious stuff.
He sure did.
And what you're saying, about the train or something turning around, I can say this: if they wanted to, they can do a quick turnaround. Because when the old baby was in, they done some quick things.
Did they?
Yep.
Okay, so when we look at what's going on in this island today, it's absolutely preposterous what's going on.
Okay.
And you just lay it out so elegant, like, it's an ABC situation that people need to understand.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Right? So I'm going to leave with this. I put my trust in God.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes.
Not government.
Amen.
Right?
Yes.
In Christ Jesus. I'll make it clear.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
But we need to hold our feet to the fire like they when they come to your door telling you, hold our feet to the fire. Make us, we need to hold our feet to the fire.
I agree.
Or what we need to start doing is shunning them like they got leprosy.
Hello.
Until they start doing things properly. You see, you people know, they know who I am. I'm pretty one that could do something to my soul, not my body, not my house, my car, my boot. Right?
Uh-huh.
We need to start seeing some things going on in this country that is for us. And I'm not dealing with black Bermudian or white Bermudian.
Yes.
Nope.
Bermudian.
Because
we're being filled up the river. So I'm going to leave it this. It's a fellow by the name of Malcolm X.
Yes.
You know his
I heard him.
Corey, I know you. Billy, I know you.
Yeah.
We've been had.
Would make.
Hold on, finish for me, sir.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
I got you.
Lied to and run amok.
Run amok, absolutely.
But you see, this, but it's not a joke. Because some people come on, say, listen to him, right? And then that friends and family situation where you was talking about the other people used to say that it's happening here. No.
Absolutely right.
So, and quite frankly, I don't care no more. I look
gloves off.
Justice.
Yes. Exactly. Simple. Simple.
You understand? And for equality.
Yes.
Peter Tosh said it quite well. Everyone is looking for peace, but none is looking for justice.
Exactly.
I don't want no peace. I want equal right.
There we go.
Justice.
Exactly. Tosh.
For all.
For real.
Yes, sir.
I really wish you could write up some things that they would take a hurdle but no party politics, and because they don't like somebody.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
We need to stop accepting that.
Yeah.
For sure.
We need to stop accepting because they don't like somebody. Oh, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why we're in the thing that we are. We need some bilge pumps, but then really what we need is the good Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Reverend?
Yes.
I want to thank you, my brother. And cuz, I will talk to you.
And your grandpa used to dress clean.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. I got to dress. Like,
Really, put it in the budget.
yes, mate.
Yeah, we're going to have a staff meeting about that one.
All right.
Put it in the budget.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Right,
You
take
too.
care. Yes.
All right, we actually have one more call. We can do one last call.
Sure.
Here we go. Hi, caller.
I'm so glad I got in.
Sure.
Okay, very good program this afternoon, especially the last 45 minutes. It's been very, very enlightening and very thought-provoking. I would like to thank the organizations that do step up
Yes.
on a daily basis, helping out. And yes, my saying is each one, reach one, teach one, and pass it on.
Yes.
All right. I didn't hear it. I've heard the each reach. I never heard the pass on. I'm going to add the pass on to mine. If I can, I'm going to take yours.
Yes,
Excellent.
And I think that each one, if we did pass it on,
yes,
what a better world it would be.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to leave with that. Each
thank
one,
you.
Reach
one. Teach one.
Teach one.
And pass it on. Because if each one's going to reach one, they're going to teach that person something.
Yes.
And that person's going to pass it on.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Excellent.
So
Thank you for that.
That's my food for thought.
Good stuff.
And also, I would like to thank all the organizations
Absolutely.
that step up.
Let's step up.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you.
And have a blessed afternoon.
Thank you.
as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Really? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Go on, Willie.
This ain't go over. This conversation is not over.
Okay.
No, seriously.
No, you're right.
This conversation is not over, and we need to. Please.
Willie actually said, please. Hi, caller. You're on the air.
I didn't think I'd get to it.
Neither did I, but really, this is Willie Ferguson show.
I'm going to say right now, I'm on this career and I'm enjoying your show. I think it's the first time I've called in, but I give you guys a lot of credit. You guys, your history. It's very. I love history, but
Thank you.
In that, I would say, getting the facts out there.
Oh yeah.
Truly amazing. And I listened to the caller from the States. I couldn't listen to all of it, but I listened to the gentleman who was one just now there.
Yeah.
And I love Bermuda. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But like you said, the cost of living. I went to a meeting the other day, and they're talking about the construction. Listen to this. You probably knew it. Construction is now $700 to $1,000 per foot.
A square foot?
No.
I remember when it was $220. When did that happen? Mercy me.
Well, I'm still trying to come to grips with that because 20 years ago, it was $200.
That's what I was just saying. I remember $225.
Yes.
Right, and cement and other stuff is going up. Government's giving people breaks these stuff coming in,
right,
or whatever. And how the devil can you charge $700 to $1,000 a square foot?
That is.
Yeah.
So if you want, I'm saying to myself, you want to put on a room, what's it going to cost you? $300,000 for the room.
Put a room on. Mercy me.
Talking.
No, we got to deal with that. And then that puts up the rent if they're going to rent it out because they're going to make my money back, and they realize what they're going to make a year to pay.
The George is looking at a loaf of bread, $10 and stuff. I think people are going up there.
Wow.
Madness.
And the cost of living in this little island is, and what I was going to ask you guys, because you guys come up with some good facts. I was listening to Union Corner. I couldn't get in the other night, but I was just listening to Chris Ferbert. And he was analyzing the corporate tax.
Oh, yeah.
And he said Bermuda should have a good year with the hotel coming online, right? So I have the Princess. And Bermuda should have a good year. and they talk about the corporate tax and how he analyzed it. I would hope that maybe you and your wisdom, you really could analyze how you see the corporate tax coming to Bermuda.
Yeah.
You know, what
Sure.
they...
Okay.
Because he had some staggering figures, which came out in Bermuda's papers a little while back, saying the international business was over $1 trillion. He said 2024, it was 1.3 trillion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he said that's worldwide.
Yes.
And then Bermuda and the United States, I think, has over 50%, close to 50% of that business in international reinsurance and stuff, right?
Right.
So, or captive insurance. So that was the 2024 figures. No, they haven't done 2025. And I must give Mr. Ferber a lot of credit. It's very good with figures.
Yes.
And he was just throwing it out there. So I know you do a lot of research and you're into stuff like that. And it's enlighten the public, because if that's the case, then Bermuda, say it was a 1.2 trillion. That's about $600 billion. Divide that up between the two countries. They run it off, take out, like you said, take out expense. Say $500 billion. So $250 billion probably might be Bermuda's share. I'm just talking wrong figures now. That's a hell of a lot of money.
It is, but I just want to let you know, from what the government's put out, you are off by a factor of 5 or 6.
I'm like I said.
No, I'm just saying. Hold a minute. All I'm saying is that the government, I'm actually, sorry, if you're hearing paper, I'm looking for it. What the government did, it forecasted how much it's going to get from the income tax. And it was about 175 million. Something like that.
I was hearing that.
Right. But payroll tax is 621 million. Land tax was higher than that as well. So the tax that they are anticipating receiving isn't at that level. And I was in a different meeting earlier I probably shouldn't have said that part, but let's just say I was in a conversation earlier this week, and the government created the ability for those people to get a tax rebate or tax exemption if they make certain donations to charities in Bermuda and other entities. Yes. The problem is those same companies can determine who they donate to.
Yeah.
So it's not like, let's say that there's a body that handles that new money coming in. The agency will deal with the tax, but the extra money that they do to reduce their tax bill, they will also decide where that goes. So the inequality is just in the charitable world, is likely to increase, because the charities that get big money now are going to get a lot more money from that tax, whereas the people that don't get any money because they didn't know anybody in reinsurance, they're going to still be outside of it, because you have to have certain requirements to get in. But I'll do some more research on that, and we'll do something that properly.
That someone like you, because he broke it down, just listen to him, was extremely interesting.
Cool. So, I'll do my part.
So me as just a common person would say, well, if they're looking at possibly getting, say, 100, 200 million, it might be higher. I don't think it's going to be less. But then you look at, for Bermuda's debt, the airport, and stuff like that, and other things, how are they going to spread it out? How are they going to use it?
Yeah.
That's my thing. And, how are they going to use this? I hope I'm always had to say, listen, pay down the national debt and pay off that airport. And I'll throw one out there. But I think born Bermudians should get a share of some of that corporate tax. Not in the sense, listen to me, not in the sense of pension raise and all that, but born Bermudians. Not the ones that what's the word I'm looking for? Not the status Bermudians.
Right.
But the born Bermudians, not the ones that already established well, not theirs, but born Bermudians. I'll close with this. That our leadership needs to take a page from Ibrahim Toure from Burkina Faso.
Oh, hello. Now you're talking.
Right?
I heard that.
Take a page from that young man, one of the best leaders in the world at present, that had 23 attempts on his life. and what he's done and what he's doing for Africa. And a lot of them started to come along with him.
Yep.
You don't hear it in the Western media, but he's doing quite a lot down there. And I think, and another thing before I go, how is it Bermuda has the, I think, reinsurance capital in the world and among insurance in general, and our insurance rates are so high. And people can't afford insurance. How is that?
Wow.
That's something to think
I
about.
hear you. I can't. I'm gonna get into this one, Billy. Okay, I got you. I've been making notes while you were talking, so I got you.
I know you're the man.
I'll try my best.
There you go.
I know you own the money, brother. You own the money.
I'll do my part.
I enjoy your programs, your history. You guys, like the other caller said, wish you could come on every day.
I want to thank you for that.
Okay. Thank you.
But hey, you're educating a lot of Bermudians.
Good stuff.
This program goes worldwide, so you're educating a lot of Bermudians.
Okay.
And I like your comment.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right, you too.
Take care.
All righty. All right, Billy. Well.
Yeah. Listen, you should never be afraid to have the necessary conversations.
Yep.
We shouldn't run from it or hide from it. You may feel as a Bermudian that you're not equipped to get into the nitty-gritty of the conversation. But guess what? There's always an opportunity for you to learn. Okay? And this is what this show is about. It's about being Bermudian.
Well, I can tell you the other part is generally we know what we feel, right?
Yes.
But we have been acted against by a system.
Yes.
Right? And I'm not going to say we, Bermudians.
Yes.
Right? So our need to unify how different things have been seen and taught to us and shown us, it's all been by a system that benefits when we are divided.
Yes.
And so that's what we've got to heal.
Yeah.
All right, Billy?
Yeah.
I must say, since we've changed up, it's a big time between Thursday and Monday.
Yes,
Man, it takes forever.
Yes.
But I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
And I'll be back on Monday. You coming too, right?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, we'll be here. Thank you so much, listeners and callers. We have to run. Actually, I have an appointment as well. We've got to leave so early today.
No problem.
So honestly, I would have just hung around, but today we've got some things to do. And if you live in Southampton, you'll see there's a meeting this evening. That's where I'll be.
Yes.
All right. Take care, and thank you so much for spending your time with us. It's Corey and
the co-pilot.
I'm on my own, Willie. Take care.
Bermuda Live on YouTube. Subscribe now.